Some of the best minds in the world bringing you some of the best knowledge on TRS Clips. I think one other point of conversation that I wish to highlight is Israel. We've not spoken about it enough on the show, honestly. So, how does the Indian military look at Israel and everything that one country has done, being such a tiny country, tiny population, tiny landmass, but the technology, the level of scientific development is just at some other level. So, when you just said that now warfare is much more about information and cyber, the way I look at it as an engineer, okay, I've realized that it's probably very technologically driven. Whoever has the better technology, like even if you're talking about the agencies, they've also got that information through higher and better technologies. So is that the reason Israel is also kind of looked at as a top geopolitical power?
There are two things I will tell. Not from what Indian military thinks of Israel. I can tell you from military point of view what is my personal take on this. I have few experiences about Israel. One thing is their apna thought process as a military person, the way they function, they operate. It is phenomenal. There is a lot to learn from any country for that matter.
From them military, you're saying?
Yeah, for example.
Okay.
Like whether it is, any, I don't want to again name the agencies. If there is anti-hijacking drill, you do it here, there is set pattern. People will come, there are some dummies, you are in very protected environment. When these guys, they do it live. People who are sitting in the aircraft, they don't know. The situation just happens. And then whatever emotions are there, whether people are crying or doing things, they do it in the way it is supposed to be. Wow. So that you get a real feel of it, raw feel. This is the environment you're going to handle. And they handle it. That is one thing I really loved it. You don't simulate the environment. You create the environment in which you are going to operate. And then you get a feel of it. The best way to train. That is it. And later on people, okay, apologies for the inconvenience, but it had to happen. It had to happen. Second is the strong, few fundas are damn very clear. No compromise on certain aspect. That means no negotiation. Never. Imagine the mindset of the guy who tries any kind of stunt with these guys. They know, even if it comes to the top man, the first citizen of the country, there is no policy of negotiation. Nothing is going to happen. So it is absolutely correct. And I am done if I mess with these guys. The kind of the aura, it takes a lot of effort to create that kind of aura. That is true. And as a nation, you must have heard of Favis operations. Have you read about some of the operations?
No.
The kind of the ideology, they are very small army. People say you leave the weapon, but their entire existence is about the weapon. The day they'll drop the weapon and they don't exist. It is as simple as that. While it might be a very small country, but they don't believe in maintaining a very huge standing army. Like BJP, the third largest standing army and all. They spend maximum budget and money on, as you rightly said, on procuring of the latest weapon, technology and other things.
Probably development also.
Yeah, and other development also. And while they have this concept of mandatory military service, but thereafter people are on their job. But drills are so very well streamlined. One biggle blown, information passed into the environment. People exactly know, next 24 hours, this is the location, this is the unit I have to report, and this is my charter of duty. And they assume it immediately. They're very set, streamlined drills. There's something amazing to learn from them. And the kind of the extent they go to and achieve their aim. There have been numerous examples in their history where something has happened in their country which people should not have tried, but they tried. People had gone to, not to which other country. They had gone there, whether it was sabotage, whether it was subversion, anything. But they had gone to some other country, knocked down the target and then came back. It's like amount of the tremendous feeling you get. This is the way to operate. And that's why when you have power and we have got clear fundamentals with you and a strong raw execution, the strongest so-called the superpowers, they also want you to be friend, our friend. And it's good to have friends like this. And I'm happy that we are the one.
This whole thing about compulsory military service, do you think it changes the human experience?
Of course, yes. I am training boys and girls, young boys and girls. They stay with me on ground. When they come, they stay with me for 24 days. And online, there have been people who have been associated with me for 6 months, 1 year. You give a call now to any one of them, speak to them and ask what have been their experience for last 14 days, even 10 days. I always tell them, even 24 hours, training is a very scientific process. 24 hours you train someone, fine tune it, you see the result. I have seen it happening, whether it is boys and girls or their parents. 5 years in an environment where the trained people, they give you the essence of the life. This is what you're supposed to do. You feel confident about it. Yeah? No doubt about it. You always look from a different perspective if you've gone through a training. If you're untrained, then you're like a misguided missile. You run haywire. But when there is a purpose and there is an element, and you work in a team, things changes. Your perception changes.
That perception changing and things changing then kind of just paints a coat on the whole nation.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a successful nation.
Yes.
When we're talking about Israel.
And people say it is not possible in the country. I'm ready to assume the responsibility. You give this responsibility to me, I don't mind doing it. Nothing is impossible. Yeah. Giving training is not a bad thing. I can handle any number of the people you give me. Forge me in army, one small whistle, and a guy who's capable and who is trained well, he can control even 1,000 people with one whistle. Others probably can't. I'm telling you, even after completing 21 years of service in the combats and olive greens, today when I'm trying to impart what I had learned and passing on to the next generation, every day is a new learning. I'm telling you, my perspective is changing day by day when I'm trying to teach these youngsters.
Why?
I'm learning a hell lot of things from them. A hell lot of things. Every person is a different subject. Somebody has got a problem of depression. Somebody is feeling low on the confidence level. Somebody can't speak in the public. Somebody comes from a background, he says, sir, I know English, but I can't speak. Somebody, I get called, sir, somebody wants to attempt suicide and he had given a call and not attending my call. I had handled situation like this also. One letter, people rang me back. I spoke to them and things have changed thereafter. Every day I'm handling a lot of situations. They throw situations to me and it is a great learning. And I owe a lot to my students. I am growing day by day. I am learning a lot from them. The kind of the situation they are throwing on me.
Thank you for watching this clip. If you want to learn more about this topic, we've curated a playlist just for you. And here's a link to the whole episode.